Welcome back. Now I'm going to take you on a walk through one full unit of Poptropica. I will be showing you Poptropica Level 2. However, you can follow with whichever level you will be teaching, as the unit structure is the same for the first 6 lessons, while the latter 4 lessons have the same modules but just in a slightly different order. Before we begin, I'd like you to take a look at the contents page of your teacher's book. In particular, notice the How to Use Posters section and the How to Use Stories section, as well as Phonics, cross-curricular teaching and assessment for learning. You need to study these yourselves before you start work. Before starting the unit, have students look at the Learning Adventure map poster and check where they are on the map. This gives them an overview of where they are on their learning adventure and helps to engage and motivate them. Check the How to Use Posters section in the teacher's book for more ideas. Lesson 1. Presentation and practice of the vocabulary with audio support. Previous knowledge of the topic is achieved through an assessment for learning activity with the little What do you know section. Pupils listen to the key unit vocabulary in the context of a dialogue between the characters. They then listen and repeat the vocabulary. You can also put them in pairs or groups to act out the dialogue. Target vocabulary is included in the opening scene. These are the new words we want them to learn in this unit. Flashcards and word cards can also be used in a variety of ways to support this. These can be the physical cards, or you can use the digital versions in the Active Teach. Lesson 2. Presentation and practice of the grammar with audio support. New structures are presented in a look box and practiced with a listening activity. Pupils also sing the quest song and locate the Tropical Island Adventure card on the opening spread. Songs and chants advance rhythm, stress, and intonation. Don't forget about the clear and concise learning objectives to help clarify the aim of the lesson. Lesson 3. Presentation and practice of vocabulary with audio support. Pupils learn a new set of vocabulary linked to the topic. This may be additional words or a separate vocabulary set. The new language is then practiced in a song. Karaoke versions of the song are included in the Active Teach. Remember, Poptropica uses the spiral learning methodology, introducing and then repeating vocabulary and grammar incrementally. Lesson 4. Presentation and practice of grammar with audio support and development of skills. Additional structures are presented and skills are developed through engaging activities. Don't forget to refer to the activity book for lots of extra practice. The Active Teach IWB tool has hyperlinks to the activity book in each section. We'll see this in the next video. Lesson 5. The story. The story is provided with speech bubbles and audio support. It consolidates vocabulary and structures from the previous lessons and introduces new functional language. Story cards can be used in a variety of ways to support pupils' learning. Check the story card section in the teacher's book, around page 22 to page 26 depending on the level, for lots of extra ideas. One example is to have students create their own dialogue for the story. The teacher's book has a section with more ideas about how to use the stories. Watch the next video about the Active Teach for a fantastic tool that creates new stories with the students' new dialogue. Lesson 6. Phonics. For the lesson, refer the students to the Phonics poster and have them find where they are on their phonics adventure. The key letter sounds are introduced in each unit. The methodology is systematically structured with repeated activities that students will quickly become familiar and comfortable with. Each sound is presented individually and then blended into words to develop reading and spelling skills. Please remember that we're not trying to teach students an accent, for example, British or American. This would sound unnatural in the early learning stages and will likely become more unnatural over time. Our goal here is to help them develop their pronunciation only. Their accent will become more natural as they advance to higher levels. Lesson 7. The first 6 lessons of each unit are the same for all levels of Poptropica, except level 1, which is designed for pupils who are learning to read. The remaining 4 lessons cover the same concepts at all levels, but the order is slightly different. Here we'll continue with level 2. Cross-curricular content. Target language is practiced and extended through a cross-curricular topic in English. The material in level 2 is related to natural science, social science, maths and PE. Check your teacher's book to see which cross-curricular topics arise in the other levels. You may have guessed that this is the CLIL section. The whole idea here is that rather than the language being the goal of the learning in a bubble, so to speak, students instead get to learn about other topics and the real world. And language is simply the tool that we use to learn them. This helps to frame English as a communication device rather than a school subject, and brings learning into a much more natural context. There are many resources online if you'd like to learn more about CLIL, as it's a huge and fascinating discipline. Don't forget to refer students to the CLIL poster and have them identify where they are on their CLIL adventure. Lesson 8. Wider World. Ready for some culture? In this lesson, pupils read a text that explores an element of international culture linked to the unit topic. Level 1 does not have Wider World since students aren't reading yet. A project encourages personalization and production. Remember the 5 Ps of the unit language. Make sure to use the activity book at this stage to encourage creativity and collaboration. Lesson 9. Self-assessment. Here we return to assessment for learning. Pupils complete a self-assessment in every unit. This involves completing 3 activities relating to the unit's vocabulary and grammar. After completing each activity, students are invited to self-assess what they can do now by sticking the Assessment for Learning sticker next to the activity. You could also invite students to refer back to what do you know at the beginning of the unit and compare what they have learned. Also refer them to the Learning Adventure poster. Don't forget to check the Assessment for Learning section in the teacher's book for much more information and ideas. Lesson 10. Consolidation. Pupils consolidate and practice the unit language through fun language activities. Thanks for watching this unit walkthrough. In the next video, I'll be showing you how to use the Active Teach IWB tool to help make your lessons more fun and engaging. For a more hands-on session, I recommend that you individually have the Active Teach for your level open in front of you so that you can follow as we go. See you soon.